Welcome to Retro Vehicles and Machinery.
I'm getting my Transit ready for MOT. It had some accident damage on it involving the front panel, which was cracked at either end where someone drove into it. So I've got a whole new front panel for it, and I thought whilst that's off I'd replace the front wings. It had a big rot hole in it. So the wings on these just unbolt, which is nice, unlike a smiley where they're all welded on. So yeah, that's gone very soft. So I've got a new wing. I'm just prepping the wing up now. I thought I'd paint it before I fitted it, and the same with the front panel. Here's the new wing, typically aftermarket, and covered in the panel black they put in it just to coat it. It was already starting to chip away around the edges here and flake off, so it obviously hadn't stuck to the metal very well, so I'm just DAing it off with an 80 grit paper so I can get it back to bare metal, and then I'll etch prime it before I paint it. Well, I've managed to bare metal the most of the wing, especially all the bits that are important. Just the bottom lip there, I've managed to get off any flaky bits. I'll mix some etch primer up and give it a spot of paint. Also, having bare metalled my wing, I etch primed it, and then I had a tiny bit of diamond white left, which I mixed up with a bit of hardener, a bit of twin pack. Sprayed it on in the sun. It's had 3 coats of white. It's given it quite a nice finish. So yeah, we were pretty happy with how my wing's looking. The Transit's going to certainly look a lot nicer than it did. So I've got to prep up the front panel, which is a fiberglass panel, and I've got some more diamond white coming, and prep that, put some plastic primer on it, and then spray that up as well. So here's the front panel I sprayed up with some diamond white, put some plastic coat primer on it first, and then a couple of coats of diamond white. I think that's come up quite well. I'll just get some paint all in and out the grill gaps. Painting the whole of the cab at some point, but for the time being, just get it back on the road so I can use it again. So I've had a whole load of recovery jobs booked in, but I can't do them because the truck's not on the road. It's been a bit of a nuisance. Front grille, driven into it, broke it there, and did the same here. The front's been hanging off it for ages. A few more bolts in there. So unfortunately my camera's playing up and not recording properly, so I'm going to have to just do little splits of it. I've got the front panel all bolted on, I've got this wing all bolted in with some new bolts and washers, put a little stainless screw in under there. As I say, I do plan on blowing over the whole cab at some point, so it's all the same, and in that time I'll do the arch and the sill as well. I've got the headlight bolted back in, again some new fittings on that, put a bit of grease on each of the threads. I'm going to move on and do the driver's side headlight now. I'll try and do a video after as well. That's the other headlight all bolted up and plugged in. I will try and give them a polish up at some point. I had to glue the top here where it cracked the mounting off, but I used some JB Weld on that and it seems to have held it nicely. I did want to put 2 new lamps in the vehicle to smarten it up, but these lamps aren't too bad, but it's just cost at the end of the day. Trying to keep my 20-year-old recovery wagon on the road as cheaply as possible, but maintaining its reliability in that. So yeah, I'll do another clip in a sec. Moment of truth. Will the bonnet close? Oh, mega. Look at that, it's not bad panel line either for a crappy aftermarket wing. Still got to put the little bonnet buffers on the front slam panel there. That's good start. We'll check the bonnet opens again, I suppose. Oh yeah, perfect. The other bits of hardware on the slam panel there, the 2 little bonnet buffers, the clip for the bonnet prop, and that little fella there riveted on. I've also fitted a grille. The van isn't a TDCI, but the grille come off of Tornio, I think. A mate of mine was scrapping, so got the bits off that. It's a nice grille, it's got the rubber cover there for the key to go through. So yeah, it just finishes it off the better. The other grille did have a big crack running through it, so that's down on the floor there. I might have a look at repairing that so I've got a spare for the future. So the bumper's gone back on. I've had to use some bolts through the bottom of the wing panels either side just to secure it. That's how I had it done before, because the side brackets that bolt the corners on are all just rotten and missing. But they're firm, it's not going to come off. Put 2 little tech screws holding the little pan on that goes around the intercooler. I've moved me light bar onto the bumper. It was onto the grille before, and when the chap drove into it, it pushed the whole lot back in, smashing the front panel off. So hopefully, with it being on the bumper, if anyone does just bump into it again, it won't break all that front panel, because that's not the easiest thing to change on a 20-year-old vehicle. But yeah, I've got the number plate to go on next, and then she's about done. There we go, the transit's back together now. I will put it in the yard and give it a quick wash off with the jet washer, a bit of snow foam, and clean the rest of it up. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. Giving the transit, giving the old girl a new lease of life. Get that MOT'd in the week and she can get back to work. So I've got a Lexus to go pick up, I've got BMW to go and move. Always stuff to move when you've got a recovery wagon. But yeah, without it, it's a bit of a pain. Well, that's the cab all jet washed off, snow foamed off. It certainly looks a million times better. I have put some polish on it as well, just a quick go over with some Autoglym. Yeah, I think that's not a bad colour match, considering it was just a tin of old diamond white I had kicking about in the workshop. The truck's certainly looking a lot more presentable now. Just a bit of rust on those arches, but got another year in it easily. I will get some paint and paint the bed up at some point, but that's for another day.